The Akash missile
target aircraft up to 45 km. Akash Air Force launcher AAFL is 360 degrees flyable.
The Made in India Akash surface to backbone of this air defense system is indigenous.
आकाश सिस्टम का इस्तेमाल किया गया और इस सिस्टम से पाकिस्तानी मिसाइल गिराई गई.
The Indian Armed Forces successfully utilized the Made in India Akash missile system to thwart Pakistani attacks.
And BrahMos missile created a world record for being the first cruise missile to be tested at supersonic speeds. These both missiles are protecting our nation in this present situation. Folks, here is the mastermind of this super missile, Dr. Prahlada Ramarao.
Don't call me boss.
Okay.
Never, I am not your boss. Who is your boss? Your project Akash? BrahMos, that is your boss.
That is your boss.
1984 I met him. Till he died I was with him.
Namaskara, Dr. Prahlada Ramarao, sir. It's an absolute honor to have you with us today. You have been a pillar in India's defense journey, from Akash missile to the BrahMos. In your early life, which led to become India's topmost missile scientist. How many years you were with Dr. Kalam? And
See, 1984 I met him. Till he died I was with him.
Is it?
27 years.
So,
I was very close to him. And
I think you worked together.
very worked together. I remember so many nights in Delhi, in Hyderabad. Midnight walk with Kalam.
Okay.
Famous. So we all go. We all.
You were his best friend, is it?
I
Something
don't
like
want to
that?
call you. Prabhu used to call me. He used to say, somehow I introduce you. Somebody comes, says, meet Dr. Kalam. My boss, secretary, you will get upset. Don't call me boss.
Okay.
You never, I am not your boss. Who is your boss? Your project Akash? BrahMos, that is your boss.
That is your boss.
I am not your boss. So I used to be like that. So he is an inspiration. So what happened? We used to go meet him. Eat with him, and he was very fond of he invited us to join him for dinner. He was alone. So he said, "Come, let us eat. Let's have food, eat." So we will have food. Normally, it takes late dinner, 10:30, 11 o'clock. Late breakfast also. Breakfast also 10 o'clock. Dinner also 10 o'clock. So after dinner, buddy, let's go for a walk.
So you were his buddy. Good.
So at 11 o'clock we were walking Delhi, where he used to stay, or with Hyderabad, we take for a walk, night 11 to midnight walk, and a lot of stories.
I can see so much of commonality between those you two. You are all so simple and down to earth. Even though he became the president of India, he was really down to earth.
He was very down to earth.
Yes.
And but doesn't mean, but his thinking is always very big. He was down to earth to talk to you, but to think of the country is really topmost.
Yes.
He is the way he has built up if at all in the world, India is well known in defense for all the missile systems that he has brought up. And really,
So he is the first missile man, and can we call you as the second missile man of the country?
but
Yeah.
I learned a lot from him.
Yes. Sir.
And I was in 3 major missile programs. See what happened, he was called chairman of the guided missile program. He was chairman.
Okay.
When he went to Delhi, after his retirement, he went to Delhi. He became became secretary. Then I became the chairman of missile program.
You took Kalam's place.
So
In Hyderabad.
In Hyderabad, he went to Delhi, I was in Hyderabad.
Right.
After he went to president, I also went to Delhi.
So he became president.
I went to Delhi, I used to meet him frequently. And he shaped, see, that you, The country should be.
He shaped the country's defense system.
Country, not me. The entire country's defense today, the scenario is all because of Dr. Kalam's vision. His thinking is big.
Yeah.
Don't ask the man, his thinking is big. He knows.
He was always 20 years ahead.
20 years ahead. And see, for example, his thinking is all the topmost academic people should work for defense, contribute for defense.
Right.
Topmost industries should contribute for defense.
Yes.
Not that the different liabilities alone. So he is the one who integrated top academicians in the country, top industry. You take Godrej, you take Tatas, you take anybody, bring them together, and the DRDO laboratories, scientists. He integrated all the three. That is what is giving good results today.
Right.
Because today, thankfully, government of India today, our Modi government also, is telling, let us give the major development and manufacturing task to industry.
To industries.
Let industry take the help of academy. Do development, manufacturing. Let DRDO, ISRO concentrate on research.
On this.
You want to do research, next product, how to do, you do it. But the product to go to defense user, let it be done between the industry and the private and the
all the private sector.
Academic private sector, academic. He brought the private sector, public sector, academic, such a integrated way. And
there was a lot of gap between academics and the industry.
He removed all the gaps.
Yes.
He removed. And in every academic institution of name in the country, he established a DRDO cell or ISRO cell.
Okay. In all the institutions.
Academic institutions.
Academic institutions.
There is a DRDO cell, there is a ISRO cell. They will directly talk to the professor, give the problem, find solution. Professor will be allowed to come to lab, understand the problem, what are we facing, go back, find a solution. This is what he tried. And he succeeded. Almost 20-30 academic institutions, there are cells for DRDO, cells for ISRO. That is a big
that is integration, I think.
And it is successfully done.
Right.
And he used to take personal interest. See, that's why he used to know every director of every institution, every managing director of every private institution. He knows by name, by first name, first person he can call.
So that's why he gave so much of impetus to all the education. We were so close to the children also. Yes, the way he talked to the children.
The way he used to talk to children is amazing.
Yes.
He never had a child. But the way he will talk to a small child of say 10 years, 12 years. It is
he goes to their level and speak. Yes.
Not only that, you know, you are saying their level. I remember. He was given a stage, he came to school in our colony. He came and said, give a word. He talked to children. So he was given a stage, and there is a stage, there are 3 steps. All the children are there. He said, I don't like to give a talk to children from the stage. I will go down and meet them. He walked down, he went to the parents, children, he wanted to talk, all children.
Used to gather and crowd around him. Yes.
He spent 1 hour, he said, that is my talk, not on the stage, giving the bhasan. I will go to child and ask what your mother doing. He said,
till the last. He met his laugh on the stage itself, I think.
On the stage for when he was giving a lecture,
yes.
He passed away. It's a noble death.
Noble death.
I always tell him, for Kalam, if you want to put Kalam name, you have to simply say, Kalam, what a life, what a death. You can't imagine a person having life like that. You can't imagine a person who has a death of that time. You are talking to lovely students, giving a good lecture, look at that. Collapse.
Yes.
What more you can expect? No hospitalization, no pain, nothing. Just like that, he vanished, and as long as he lived with children, professors, academicians, then industry stalwarts, young engineer, and wherever he used to go abroad, they used to love him. Any country he goes, they used to love him. So I was fortunate to
be associated with such a great man.
And inspired.
Yes.
Inspired motivation. So he's my role model.
He's your role
Even
model.
today, I remember him. Whenever I want to take a decision of any tricky situation, I think what Kalam would have done.
Then you take it.
Try to emulate him there.
Yes, that's wonderful, sir. And also you had connections with great visionaries like defense ministers, presidents of, apart from Abdul Kalam, you also were close to A.K. Anthony, George Fernandez,
Pranab Mukherjee.
So what were their influence of defense policy?
In defense policy, there are two things. One is as a minister. Second is a defense policy. So we used to always make light comments about politicians.
Okay.
Politicians, they don't understand defense. They can't appreciate the scientific work.
Yeah.
And how can they be? But all the three defense ministers, what you mentioned, Anthony, Pranab Mukherjee, George Fernandez, he was amazing personalities. Each one of them, great visionaries. When you interact with him, you don't think you are interacting with a minister.
Right.
You are interacting with somebody with a vast experience. You are talking to him. For example, George Fernandez used to come for all the missile launches. Used to come, stay in the overnight, one night, 2 nights, 3 nights. He stay. And we used to meet him during breakfast, during night walking, early morning walking. He will come for the launch happening. He will sit in the blockhouse along with us. So we used to live very closely. Pranab Mukherjee, similarly. I have gone all around the world with Pranab Mukherjee as a defense minister, heading the different delegation. I remember he is the chairman. We used to go.
Okay.
And Anthony also. I saw too. So many times he has called me to give a presentation in his office. And the way they interact with me as a scientist, with full of respect, full of appreciation that you are doing something very wonderful.
Right.
So let us see how best he can do, how best I support. This is their thinking. He is doing a great job for the country. Let me see as a minister how I can make him better equipped.
Better equipped.
He wants equipment, he wants support, he wants decision. I will give. So that let him. See, this is the greatness of all the ministers we have seen. And every minister, I don't have a single negative comment on all the three ministers. Fantastic personalities. It's a great asset to the nation to have a defense minister of that caliber.
Right, sir.
That their diplomacy, their caliber, their appreciating. See, George Fernandez used to stay so many nights because the launch used to get delayed one day or half day. So he used to stay there. And very amazing person. Even he is staying 2 days, 3 days. You know how he travels. He will travel with a small cotton bag. With some few dresses. That is his luggage.
That's it.
No big, no suitcase, nothing. He'll come, he will get down, he will have a small sling bag and few clothes there. He will come. I'm like any other journalist.
Right.
Very simple man. But high thinking. When he comes and talks to the scientists, you have done a launch, how important it is to the country. You are not succeeded, but how it is important for you to succeed next time. He will give a nice interaction, talk to the young people. Fantastic fellow. And one very simple thing, we are surprised how he is going to live for 3-4 nights with only one bag. He will carry in that bag one kurta, one pajama.
Is it?
That is extra.
Okay.
Suppose he stays 2 days, what he will do?
We never knew that ministers are so simple. First, right?
And surprisingly,
Yes.
this man will wash his pajama kurta in the night.
He himself will wash.
And hang it in the night, tomorrow morning is ready, use freshness.
Being a
He
defense
himself
minister.
washes his own kurta pajama ready for the day. So if you 2 days, 3 days, he has no problem. We didn't know this, sir. His room for such a simple man. He is leading the defense of the country. Fantastic personality. And when Pranab Mukherjee goes, he is so disciplined. He used to. No.
He used to talk like
He talked to a senior person. He will talk to me. Prahlada, When he goes in group, I come. And he's an amazing person. And we used to stay in big 5-star hotels. And he will say, tomorrow morning we'll assemble in the reception at 9:30. We have to go to some minister or somewhere we have to go. So he said, okay, we'll come. So 9:30, if you go 9:31, he's already come. If you go 9:25, he's not there. But if you come at 9:45, already late. So he's maybe minister, he will do anything. But he gives a time 9:30 dot, he's on the spot.
It's punctual.
So
Very punctual.
disciplined. Very, very, I mean, it's such a pleasure to work with a person of that caliber. He will come, take us.
But they used to understand your research and
not the
discussion
technical
and
details, but the impact they will understand. Agni impact. For example, we were all discussing to go for BrahMos. It was not called BrahMos. It was no name was given.
No name was given after the development. You named BrahMos.
During development, we called the company is called BrahMos. So what happened? We went in Russia. Myself, Dr. Kalam. He was a secretary at that time. So we went to Russia to see some discussion, technology issues. Then Russians showed us some of their products. And one product they showed and said, this we are still developing. It takes another few years, but it's a good product. So we heard what he said.
That's how it was a collaboration between Russia and BrahMos.
Russia had good collaboration for many technologies, science, material.
Okay.
So Kalam saw the product. Somehow he is thinking big. And it should be late 90s. So he came.
BrahMos was developed in 90s.
No. It took 10 years to develop. But we visited there late 90s.
Okay.
Then he said, see, these people are making supersonic cruise missile. That is what they want. In the world, they are not, maybe one more, maybe somebody doing in France. Why not we work with them?
Okay.
Supersonic cruise missile. He thought, he was thinking, he was telling it will take several years, but we'll work with him.
Yeah.
So we can work with Russia, develop a supersonic cruise missile. So we all agreed. Russia means we have a trust and faith. They are trustworthy. In after many countries, Russia is very trustworthy. So there only they will work. We are also work. Where are we work? Kalam, my boss. Then we said, let us go to government and ask. So we went, Kalam, as usual, put up a proposal to government that we want to work with Russia.
Okay.
So we give us approval. Then minister.
That time he was the chairman of DRDO.
Chairman DRDO, equivalent of chairman. He was called Secretary, Defense R&D, also Defense Advisor to Minister of Defense.
Ministry of Defense.
Minister of Defense. So he put up a proposal. Then the government sent it back. How can you fund Russia? It's never happened. You can go place an order and they will supply. But how can you enter into collaboration? No, we want to have a joint venture. How can you have a joint venture with Russia?
That too with the defense.
Defense joint venture never
happens.
First time you are talking. But Kalam, see, his vision was he was able to convince the government that we are going to do something which will be unique in the world. And we know we cannot do alone. They also cannot do alone because they need money. They are stuck. And Russia was not doing well financially. They are looking for financial support.
So
the work is stopped because there is lack of funding.
Okay.
We can fund them, but we get the benefit of getting the best technology of supersonic cruise
missile.
And the world all are subsonic. This is the only supersonic. So he was able to convince them. Once he convinced, government said, no, we have to agree. When Dr. Kalam says, see, even Vajpayee, he had a lot of respect for Dr. Kalam. When Kalam says something, Vajpayee
will never say no.
Respects it. See, similarly, when the defense minister, we say something, he will listen to us. When he says something, there is some meaning in it. He will think, he will not simply say, no, doesn't matter. No, okay. So when Kalam put up, they said, I think this man is saying that. So they said, okay, whatever required, we will approve. So finance people will have to change their mindset.
Right.
Then the so-called bureaucrats have to change mindset. Finally, it was declared that Russian government will give 49.5% equity and government of India will give 50.5 equity. So we are the majority.
We are the majority.
Equity holder. So we will something. Our managing director from our side, and they will have the other members.
They give the research and technology.
We will fund them.
We'll
Using our fund,
yes.
we will using both the fund. Now the equity has become double. Both. So both the government of Russia gave money, 49%, we give 51%. So full money was given to the company, and we are monitoring the company from the day one. Look at that. The board members were from both the countries. We used to meet together every 3 months, and the tests were done. Some tests were done in Russia. Majority of tests were done in India. In our launch range, they used to come. 50 people will come from Russia, stay for us in Ballistic. No, test camp done only Ballistic. Our launch range, the test range in Ballistic. It requires a sea coast because you have to launch the missile into the sea. In Hyderabad, you can't launch any missile.
Okay. BrahMos is surface to air missile.
Surface. BrahMos.
Surface to surface.
So you have to launch. You can't launch in the city. You have to go to a sea coast. From sea coast, it goes over the ocean.
Okay.
And it goes to wherever you want it to go. You go. So we have the launching range in India in Orissa sea coast. We have a launching range. Sriharikota is a launching range in Tamil Nadu. They have a launching range. We have our own launch. Both are launching toward the ocean. Water. You have to go there. They have to come. All Russians used to come, stay 1 month, launch and go back. So it was learning for us, learning for them. Today, this supersonic cruise missile is the world's best cruise missile.
And you are the brainchild behind. In India, at least from India, you were the one.
From India, I was working with them for almost throughout till my superannuation. I was with the BrahMos program.
10 years.
More than 10 years.
Okay.
I was there. So we saw the initial problem, initial development, hiccups, then successful development, then product making for the army, for the navy. Navy was the first to use it. Then army was second. Air Force was third. First we gave to navy to launch from a ship. Then we gave to army to launch from a vehicle. Now we are going to Air Force to launch from an aircraft. Launching from aircraft. All the 3 versions we have made.
So what were the attributes of BrahMos, like supersonic speed?
The supersonic speed, that means it is 3 times the speed of sound. Supersonic 3 times.
Speed of?
Sound.
Sound. Oh.
Supersonic means
3 times speed of sound.
That is normally
Just imagine.
Normally aircraft will be approximately 1,000 km per hour it travels.
Okay.
It will travel 3,000 km per hour.
Okay.
So it was 3 times, and that is one I guess. And the correct propulsion
Target and all.
Targeted can be another ship. It can be any defense station you want to attack, you can attack. So we made our own intelligence system. There is a lot of intelligence inside, and then the speed is good. Then the ship is
also precision.
Precision. See, any missile, I used to tell the characteristics of a missile is the speed. Very high. Higher the speed, faster it goes to target and intercepts. Then it should have higher agility because the target need not be stationary. Target will be moving. If it is moving, like a ship is moving.
You can target a moving
ship.
Target
So
also.
moving ship, it should sense the motion, and as the ship is moving, the missile also will maneuver so that it will not allow the ship to miss. This is the speed, agility, lethality. Lethality means
full destroy completely.
The target should be destroyed with one missile. It should carry sufficient warrant size and time, it should destroy them. And intelligent. Fourth character, intelligent. It should be intelligent to to decide, because once a missile leaves the launcher, you have no control. It has to be flying on its own. But it should be intelligent enough to...
But it will be manned by somebody? No manning.
Totally automatic. You should take care of anything that can happen en route. The maneuver, maybe you want to change the...
Using its intelligence, it will keep changing.
Okay. Suppose you say there are two ships. Two ships out there. Now this missile is going. The missile should decide which ship it should attack, either A or B. It should have sufficient intelligence to decide to hit A or B. By it can compute and calculate which will be more lethal. Whether this going is better, then it will decide and go to
the more lethal ship and attack.
It will attack the ship where it will create more damage. It is intelligent. That's why it is not you are launching, but the ship is the missile is intelligent. So these are the characteristics of this BrahMos. Now many countries requested Government of India to export. Right now we have a list of 4 countries, and Government of India has to decide. For one country we already delivered. Philippines you are delivered.
Philippines,
you are delivered. Some more countries are there. Government decide. They also will get. The number of countries will be more. So this is a good. These are because.
But Akash was before BrahMos.
I tell you, Akash. Kalam's vision is that this missile will hit headline. It will be a big product. Then comes Akash missile. See, he had chosen 5 project directors when he became director. And the 5 projects, I was the youngest. I was only 34 or something. All others were very senior, 50s, late 40s, late 50s. So they are all very senior. I was a very young man, relatively. So
no, only in age you were young.
Yes.
You were on the top.
Yes. So many people asked him, you called a very young boy, how you can lead a project? And Akash missile was the most complex of the 5 projects. The 5 missiles were the first guided missile.
Before that came up.
No, I tell you, 5 missiles were given sanctioned by Government of India. Missile, Akash missile, Prithvi missile, Nag missile, Trishul missile. 5 missiles were given sanction. That you
together they gave the sanction for all 5. Single sanction.
It is unheard in the history of Government of India and Ministry of Defence giving single sanction for 5
types of missiles.
That is the confidence they had in Kalam's leadership. He can manage.
Yes.
So they give all the 5. And out of that, Akash missile was the most complex. Reason I will tell you why. But he told that when people asked, he has written a book called Wings of Fire.
Yeah, I have read that.
Where he has put why I have chosen. Why he has chosen me to lead the project.
Okay. Oh, they have written that. Okay.
Because he was asked, how did you choose 5 projects? They used to call Panchapandavas. So, they just given a hint why he chose me. Because mine was the most complex and most technologically challenging, and which will take the longest time. Because the time given was 12 to 13 years. Other projects are 3 years, 5 years like that. 3, 5, 7 like that.
I know yours was
because it's the most complex. The missiles propulsion was complex. Missiles radar was complex. Missile has to be very intelligent because the target is very complex. The target is a flying, maneuvering target like another aircraft. You have to hit an aircraft which is flying and maneuvering. But all others are relatively stationary targets or slow moving targets. Akash targets are all high speed maneuvering flying targets. So it's very difficult to how to kill a aircraft which is itself high speed, high agility and small in size. How to kill is a big challenge. So everybody knows many people thought this project will never see the light of the day.
Okay.
So I said, anyway, Prahlada, there's time, let him continue. So they thought,
how do you do all this?
They thought it will never see. In fact, for for quite some time we were also worried whether we will really be able to make the propulsion work, the radar work, the guidance work, and still kill the target. Can we do? We were also very apprehensive. But we were.
Who are all in the project, sir? Like all scientists?
All scientists, engineers. No.
Engineers.
We had a team of about 50 people in the project team, core team. But the people working on the project all over the country. There are scientists from Hyderabad, from Chennai, from Bangalore, from Delhi, from Chandigarh, from DRDO. All, maybe nearly 1,000 scientists been working on Akash project. They worked for almost 15 years they worked. 1,000 people. And I was supposed to lead all 1,000. All 1,000 should be working with a common purpose. The goal is simple, Akash success. Second is, commitment should be there. But I will do or die, I will make it happen. You should not say, I'm muskil, I will lead it. No. You are destined.
Cannot quit.
You cannot quit. You have to make it success. Don't give without success. So all were given. For guidance, radar people, guidance people, warrant, everybody was given same. And that Kalam was so, leadership qualities are so good. He has visited all laboratories all over the country. Everybody knows Kalam has given a talk, it has to be done. And we all did. And today, this is the most successful homemade missile. See, BrahMos, at least we had some support from Russia. Akash, no support. It's all homemade, make in India. Made, everything made here, everything made, developed, and delivered to Army, to Air Force. The feedback from the Army Air Force was so good. When they went to launch, they were so good.
When was it successful and was there a date for it to launch?
Oh yeah, there were a number of days. I tell you one example. I tell you, it's a very interesting story. The missile launcher were conducted by Army. Army was headed by the head of the army who will come for watching the launch in Ballistic. He was called Director General. Director General Army Air Artillery. He was called DGA. So he is a senior Lieutenant General. He is the fellow who has to decide. So he will come. He came. This is called user trial. So user has come. You have to show user. Right. So we had 3 missiles to be launched. And he has given the missiles to be like this, target to be like this, to launch and show. If he is satisfied, we will say, we will clear the induction. It actually is a big test. If you fail, they are gone.
Gone. The whole
effort
for 14 years is gone.
Again, it may take some more time. So, but we launched. And from our side, it was a very good launch. All the objectives were met, successful launch. So after the launch, what happened? There is a place where you debrief. The big hall. All the scientists, engineers, army personnel, the range personnel, all are, so 1,000 people will be there, sitting there to hear what happened in the launch. Everybody distributed all over the range. Yes. So nobody knows exactly what will happen, what results. Somebody will present the
video. The result only you will be knowing.
Our team will present video will be there and tell how is it. And what is our assessment, whether good or bad, successful, we give presentation. So there the General, Lieutenant General was there, DGAD, then Army team was there, we were there, DRDO, I was there, we were there. So we launched was over, so we all said, from our side, it is 100% successful launch. Call the message, 100% we are satisfied, 100% success. Right. Then DGAD was asked to give your view. He is the user, he has to tell no. I may say, he may say no. So he to the general with all the apologies. So he said, I heard a project director telling all the launches are 100% success. I don't agree.
I don't agree.
Everybody was shocked.
Oh.
Shocked. The whole thing became silent.
Yeah.
For all 1,000 people, didn't know what to say. The project that says everything successful, we saw everything happening on the sky. This fellow says, I don't agree.
Why?
What for? The 10 seconds is total silence. It is more than 100%.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Nobody expected him. But I don't agree. She said, better than what we expected.
Okay.
My boys had no role to play.
Huh.
All the army sitting inside the vehicle. They had no role to play, they had to watch.
And they have to just watch.
Just watch the successful.
Also.
More than success.
Yeah.
I'm very happy.
Oh.
This is the type of the army we had. I'm really amazed. Amazed. Similarly,
Who is it, Lieutenant General, sir?
Saxena.
Saxena.
Very fantastic. He is a really, they appreciate the spirit, the support. See, they used to.
The way he even
The way he made it
made
really
everybody
dramatic is fantastic.
Yes.
And it's just impromptu. You just ask, you come and tell us what happened. He just walked to, this is what I will tackle. So, same thing, the Air Force also. There was a Vice Chief of Air Staff who said this missile will be inducted. This will be inducted. I will add a small number. I will add a small number. No, Navy not there, only Army also.
Akash.
So it is not small.
BrahMos is there.
BrahMos for all the three. First Navy. After some years, Army took. After some years, Air Force. Because for each, the missile has to be same, but many things will change.
Right.
The other activities you have to do. So first we did for Navy, then we did for Army, then we did for Air Force. All the three. All the many countries are big. So Akash also export. Already we are exporting for 2 countries. And
were there any challenges while you were developing Akash?
If you say there is no day where we didn't have a problem. We had continuous problem. Every subsystem of a missile, from tip to tail, everything was a challenge. Because first time we are doing. See, it is being done for the first time in the country. We also don't know what problem we face. So when you go to the test bed or go to the testing, we find something back. So we have to come back. Sometimes shamelessly come back, try to find out what mistake we did and to correct it for me, go back. Now everything fine. This is what, so we had innumerable problems. If you list, I can list 50 problems for the, and all the 50 successful. And now production by both Bharat Electronics and BDL, and at least plus about 500 industries producing the components, subsystem. They all give it to 2 places, Bangalore and Hyderabad. So they will do the rest of the assembly. They hand over to the Army, Air Force or export. They will do it. This is what it is. And it's a dream come true. We didn't expect in 2000 that we will succeed. But
was there any moment that you remember, oh, this will not work, this might not work, that kind of a situation?
For example, many times we felt, I don't know whether you go to the prepare a missile, launch 50 fellows are there, you go, you launch button, you see the missile going, taking off. In front of your eyes, after 15 seconds, it explodes.
Explodes.
Missile explodes.
Oh.
Something has gone wrong. Something has gone wrong.
Oh.
Then we thought, to my goodness, what do you say? How do I come back home? Because the whole thing gone. So we had to come sit.
It happened several times later?
At least half a dozen times it happened.
Half a dozen times.
Ground testing we had many failures. Flight testing we had many failures. Every failure, you may know, this Dr. Kalam's first launch of SLV, that is satellite launch vehicle, was a failure.
Failure, yes.
Failure. It's a very interesting story. It's a failure. And a project director, like I was project director, Akash, your project director was SLV. And they didn't know what went wrong. It just stumbled in front of them, fell to the where And at that time, Dr.
Said he.
No, not that. The chairman for ISRO was Satish Dhawan, who interviewed me. He, after he became director of DRDO, ISC, he got the post of chairman ISRO. ISR. Chairman was there. In front of them they launched. It went into Bay of Bengal and found their eyes. Everybody was shocked. And then there again, every launch, post-launch there will be a presentation. Somebody will present. Normally
Pre-launch.
Post-launch.
Post-launch.
Like I told you, Akash, this the Kalam was supposed to explain what happened, what went wrong. He has to explain. And Kalam was so disappointed, morally, mentally, intellectually.
Correct.
He didn't know what to say. Satish Dhawan, the chairman of ISR.
That also must have taken long years.
No, several years they have taken to launch it. It
Several
just to happen in seconds.
years.
The effort of years, in seconds it went to Bay of Bengal. Satish Dhawan was sitting in the dais as the chairman and he was there as the project director. He had to tell. So Satish Dhawan sensed it. That this fellow, poor fellow, he has struggled. But his launch has not taken place and he is not able to, he cannot even speak.
He doesn't know where.
No, what happened?
I mean, what went wrong? He
He
doesn't.
has to find out. And he has to, there are media people, press people are there, and he has to.
In front of the whole India. It's a
So,
embarrassing situation.
Satish Dhawan, I will come. Satish Dhawan didn't allow Kalam to speak. Because he cannot speak.
Yes.
He was not able to win.
He was completely disappointed. Off.
So he went and told, besides settling large fields and big, it's a big technology. Rocket science is not easy, and first time we are doing. And the team has done outstanding efforts they are putting. No doubt. If something has gone wrong, we will find out quickly. We will correct it, come back and launch. I am sure the same team will launch. I am very sure. So nothing to worry. It is a learning. From this failure, we have learned a lot. We will come back successful. He didn't allow Kalam to talk. He gave a talk. The press conference was over. The next 2 years they came and launched. Same Satish Dhawan was there. Same Kalam was there. They were successful.
It was successful.
Then again when we said, told Satish Dhawan, sir, you give a speech because
Now Abdul Kalam, such a wonderful person. That's the leadership.
when the failure took place, is I will tell.
Yeah.
You be when success, you tell.
You take this.
See, he went to you tell what happened.
Correct.
That is where Kalam really worshipped Satish Dhawan. He is a big man. Satish Dhawan. Kalam also equally big man. So nobody will allow any youngster to be disappointed. Because they have done their
They are
best.
putting full efforts.
Something would have gone wrong here and there, knowingly, unknowingly, by mistake.
It happens.
It is corrected. You cannot do anything. This was what we learned there. So Akash we learned. BrahMos also we had number of mishappenings. Not that everything was successful. There also we learned. But finally what remains in memory is success. Finally BrahMos successful, multinational importing. Akash successful, multinational importing. These are big success. This is what I mean. These two are big. I will give all the votes to Dr. Kalam because he was the one who was holding my hand. Don't worry, you will succeed. Everybody will say, this was a bacha, mad, kuch nahi ho raha. But Kalam, he never said it. No, you will succeed. I will see.
And you gave a speech, sir, when BrahMos was, when Akash was successful.
I have given number of speeches like
Number
that.
of
See, every
speeches.
time launch I have to give a
I
speech.
think you'll have to share with us all those.
No, not that. No
You have
recording.
no recording.
No, not only that. These are in the defense, no. No recording number.
Yeah.
No recording. Yeah.
It's highly
Defense-
confidential.
As I mentioned, no recordings will be
No
there.
recording.
Not like space. Space is open. Space research is
And the whole world.
media is allowed.
Ah.
Here only a few people are asked to come, but they are not allowed to record anything. Then they will give one para, missile was successful, not mission objectives, but that's all. They will not allow anything. So we had good meetings, and both are because of the visionary leadership of Dr. Kalam, his guidance, his mentoring, and his commitment to the country. See,
Yes.
you can't get a
He is
commitment
completely committed.
to the
He
country.
didn't have any other
Yeah, nothing
no
else to look
distractions.
for. He had nothing else to look for.
Yes.
He is just gave himself to the country. See that how can everybody give? You see, very difficult. He had, the ecosystem was so perfect for him. He's a bachelor, no problem. And he had a wonderful team with him, younger people. And he had total freedom to hire anybody he wants. I remember Guided Missile Development Program chairman. He asked, I want freedom to hire my engineers.
My?
Engineers.
So
no, you have to apply through UPSC, give advertisement. There's a procedure for recruitment. You will not recruit like that. You have private not in government.
Government, I know. Everything through UPSC.
He said, no, I don't want to go through UPSC, I want freedom. To recruit 300 engineers first. Then all the South Block, North Block, this man is asking what I can do. But they gave a special provision to go and hire him. So he listed some 10 places in the country, government, private colleges like VIT, Coimbatore Institute of Technology. He made a team, he went to all the places, hand-picked engineers and gave them appointment. The appointment letter was given the day of the interview. Can you believe?
Just like that.
He will go, he will interview for 100 students, select 12 of them, appointment letter given by jury.
That's
how much the freedom like that. He was given the freedom by government. He did it, and all the others
You also chose your own team or?
My team, I got the freedom to choose.
Choose.
My team, I will choose. His team, he has chosen. He has chosen me, I have chosen.
You have chosen your team.
And a wonderful team. All my team members, even today we are in touch. They have done like me only. They have contributed to the country, to the technology, to the growth. They have lived with their families, with us.
The mindset is infectious. It goes, I think.
Very, very, very.
Yes.
And all of them have grown in the States and also become directors, program directors, things like that.
So after this BrahMos, you went to Russia. And did you get new thinking after collaborating with Russia?
Russia.
India was into new thinking, new vision or something?
For example, for the BrahMos, it was not called BrahMos at that time, he gave the name BrahMos. BrahMos is actually a combination of Brahmaputra river and Moscow river.
Oh, that's very BrahMos.
BrahMos is for Moscow river because we handle Moscow. And BrahMos with Brahmaputra river. So both rivers, we wanted to give a name of the rivers. All the rivers were feminine.
Moscow is not a river.
Moscow river, Moscow river. So both are rivers. So they were supposed to give Indian also one river name. All Indian rivers are feminine. Ganga, Saraswati.
Only Brahmaputra is there.
Only river. So we call Brahma from Brahmaputra, Moscow river, BrahMos. The integration of two rivers, two cultures.
Then how did you name Akash also must have?
No, Akash is Kalam's choice. Kalam's choice is it is ground to air. Ground to air. So you have to target is in the air. So it's called Akash. That's why he called Akash. Prithvi is ground to ground.
Ground to ground. That's why Prithvi. Agni?
Agni is a fireball. Fire. It is when the missile goes at the final stage, it will be like a fireball burning because of the speed and range. It will be like almost fireball.
Always when the missile is
become hotter and hotter. But Agni is the highest speed. Its hottest is Agni. Next comes BrahMos because Mach 3. Agni will go to Mach 15.
Okay. Agni is
very high speed.
Very high speed.
Very high speed. It will go to hypersonic speed.
More than BrahMos.
Yeah. BrahMos only Mach 3. Agni will go to Mach 15, Mach 18.
It's
very high.
It's a series of Agni.
Agni, depending on the range, you have Agni 1, Agni 2, Agni 3, Agni 5. Depending on the range, we have made. Depending on the target, something will be 100 kilometers, something will be 500 kilometers, something will be 6,000 kilometers. So we made a category. And accordingly, we have made the.
If you have to explain ballistic, what does it mean? Ballistic missile means?
See, ballistic means, when you take a stone, you throw a stone. How it goes? It cannot go like this, no? You take, it goes up.
Trajectory.
It goes up. and then comes down.
Yeah.
That is called ballistic trajectory.
Okay.
That means if you throw a stone out upside,
Right.
because the gravity is pulling it down.
Pulling it down.
So it will go up,
Up,
finally
and then
it becomes
comes
slower
down.
and slower,
Ah.
and it comes down, it's coming down faster and faster. That's
Oh.
called ballistic trajectory.
Ballistic.
So the ballistic missile is one
Ah.
where you launch the missile at a very high speed into wherever you want it to go. You launch it, after that you don't do anything. It will go to very high speed, very high altitude, takes a ballistic trajectory. You want it to target 1,000 kilometers, it will go 1,000, it will take a trajectory, it will go, it will come back at the range of 1,000 kilometers to hit the ground.
Very
It's called ballistic.
I'm very fortunate to have a missile man with us today.
There will be two committees.
Right, sir.
There is one science and one engineering. So you have to pass both the committees. If you pass in both the committees, you will get selected. Financial condition was so demanding that I should go to it. I should get a car immediately.